So let's discuss the top 5 reasons most medical school applicants get rejected so you can learn to steer clear from the mistakes of others. The number one reason applicants get rejected is because they applied to medical schools too late. If you apply late because of the rolling admissions process, your chances of admissions decrease as more time passes. Another flaw with applying late is that you've probably not put together your best possible application. If you procrastinated on applying in general, you've probably also procrastinated with preparing your application early. And as you get later and later into the application process, your application becomes very rushed just to try and meet any deadline. Not a good idea. The next reason is applying to inappropriate schools. Sometimes when students get rejected, they start applying to any and every school they know instead of being selected about which schools to apply to. This results in applications to schools where the applicant doesn't even meet the admission requirements, such as MCAT score or GPA. Another problem with applying blindly is that you end up applying to schools even though you haven't reviewed that school's mission statement. For example, if a school is looking for applicants with experience in rural areas, and if you applied without checking this and you don't have any experience in rural areas, of course this wouldn't have been a good school for you to apply to. The third reason most applicants get rejected is because they include inappropriate experiences in their application. We've seen applicants include every single experience they've ever had instead of being choosy about which experiences to disclose and which ones to leave out. You should only be including experiences that are going to highlight your application and showcase your progression and commitment over time. Quality is better than quantity here. The next reason students get rejected is by submitting application documents that have not been proofread and are not in good order. They may contain spelling mistakes, grammar issues, and the format could be incorrect or inconsistent. Remember, your written application is a test of your communication skills, and the time and effort you put into it will act as a direct reflection of the kind of candidate you are. Mistakes throughout your document indicate someone lacking the essential skill of being detail-oriented and tell the admissions committee that you didn't really spend much time on your application, you don't really care about it, or that you rushed it. It's essential to have your application reviewed by someone with an expert eye, and this process can take weeks, if not months. Any published book that you can think of has had an editor for this very reason, so your application is no different and needs to be reviewed by an expert. Finally, the last reason most students get rejected is because they don't pay attention to the questions that are being asked. This is normally evident in personal statements, secondary essays, or any other essay-type question. Admissions offices may be asking you a specific question that they expect you to answer during your essay. If you didn't follow the instructions, they're left to assume that you didn't understand the question or are actively avoiding the question. Either way, both assumptions are not good, so you have to be very careful to read all instructions and make sure you're answering any and every question that they may be asking you directly and with personal examples to support your answer.